Congrats on getting the AI. I'm telling you, it will save you a lot of time and work. It will get even better with future updates, and it's 100% private as the data never leaves your device and uses on-device processing. So it will even work offline. But in order to make it work, we're back in Time Garden again. As you can see, if we press AI buttons like AI rating plus alias, we're still getting the notification that we need to unlock it in the Time Garden settings. So I'm actually gonna go inside my order, and as you can see, we have received a license key. This license key is basically your access to the AI that never expires, but it's limited to 3 devices, which is plenty. I'm just gonna copy the license, and yeah, the link to this tutorial is, by the way, right here, and also again a copy of Time Garden. If you haven't installed it, watch this tutorial, which is the one for if you want to install it. Yeah, makes sense. So again, I'm gonna click my license key, and then I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna come back to Time Garden, go into the Time Garden settings by clicking the gear icon on the ribbon menu, and then I'm gonna paste my license and click on check my key. Success, thanks for supporting Time Garden. So now you're a member of the Eternal Garden membership forever. So what you might have noticed is that Time Garden already says that you have some pre-installed models. This is actually just what Time Garden assumes, but you actually don't have these models installed yet. These are the default models that are recommended and that I tested meticulously to make sure they work as best as they can and as efficiently as they can with the nodes that you're writing in, but we need to install them. So actually, we're gonna click on the installation tutorial, which opens this modal. And yeah, the first step we need to do is actually to install Ollama. So I'm just gonna click this button, and it will send me to the official Ollama page. I'm gonna click download for the OS you're on. And then you just run the installation process for like your system, which for example for Mac just means dragging it in the applications folder. After you've did that, and by the way, for any skeptics, Ollama is basically just a very neat software that lets you run AI on your local computer. And you know, Time Garden uses that. Then you click open terminal with this button, which opens the terminal of your OS. And what I now recommend, as we want to install 4 AI models, is to actually open your terminal 4 times to actually install 4 AI models at the same time. So I'm going to do that right now. On macOS, that would mean clicking new window on the terminal thingy. And now I'm going to actually arrange them side by side. Very nice. And now you just need to copy paste these commands in each, like 1 command per terminal, you know? So I'm going to copy paste Ollama run 54 mini, click on the copy pasting icon and Control V and then enter. And it says pulling manifest. And now you see this download bar. I'm going to switch back to time, get the second command, Command V, enter, copy the third command, enter, and the fourth, enter. So all of these models combined are about like 12 to 14 gigabytes big. For models that can do so much, that is actually not very big, but you gotta make sure that you actually have about 15 gigabytes of space on your hard drive left to actually have these AI models installed successfully. Yeah, so now I'm actually just gonna wait for these to finish installing. But whilst I'm waiting, I'm also gonna explain something else, because you know, when you've done this, you're just gonna click I'm done, and then you can leave it running in the background. Okay, and whilst the AI is actually installing, I actually want you to understand a few things about these different kinds of AIs that you're installing. So Time Garden shows you the 4 models that you will have installed: 54 Mini, DeepSeek R1 1.5B, Mistral Instruct, and 54. 54 is by far the biggest model, but also the slowest. So it's going to be like really good, especially for operations like weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly summaries, but it will take at least like 90 to like 180 seconds. So for daily operations, like just getting a rating for your day, choosing a smaller model like 54 Mini, or for like an automatic title that should be done in like a few seconds, you want to choose again 54 Mini or DeepSeek R1 1.5B. Mistral Instruct is a bit of like a special case. It's sort of a medium-sized model that is sort of fast but also sort of smart. And in order for Time Garden to be able to process, for example, an entire year for you, it sort of has in-between steps that I'm calling chunking. So chunking actually enables even these like models that are able to run on your computer with like reasonable speed to understand an entire year of what journal entries you did. And for smart content chunking, Mistral Instruct is the model to go. But 54 is again considerable. Like if your PC is fast enough, just putting 54 in every function is going to be good. As you can see, like yearly summaries and just all the bigger operations, they all have 54, like the monthly alias/title, the monthly summary. And again, like each of these blocks there's one block for each AI feature, for each AI button that you're going to press, and it's going to decide what AI model you're going to use and what instructions it's going to have. Okay, this is really hard to extend. Yeah. So you can actually modify these instructions, and I highly recommend you to experiment with that. And if like these instructions sort of break the output of the AI, you can just click like the refresh icon on the right of these prompts, and it will just reset it to its default. And also don't worry, like there was 5.4 selected in every AI feature for me just now, but for you, it's going to be like the perfect default settings. So if you don't want to experiment with the AI settings at all, because it's just too technical or something, then you can just leave them, you know? But what this theoretically enables you, apart from like, you're going to notice in these prompts, there is sort of a part of the instruction that is sort of more function-ish. For example, if it says place your summary between the summary and summary tags, like don't remove that. But for example, if you don't want the AI to always speak in the you form, for example, like mention your name, or maybe, I don't know, answer in the style of Elvis Presley, I don't know, whatever you want, you can just add that. Also a different language theoretically, but that could degrade the quality, because especially AI that runs on your computer for you, it just isn't that good in terms of multilingual capabilities, but that will change in the future as the models get better. And yeah, so in a way, you can have all these AI functions behave a lot differently than the default settings actually make them out to be. So for the technical users in the audience, I highly recommend experimenting a bit with that, but if you just want to save time and don't really think about it, then just leave it as it is. Also for the technical people, if you want to add a custom model, like you have probably understood by now, and by the way, our downloads are almost finished, that when I have a terminal, so I'm going to make another window, when I have a terminal and I put in Ollama run, then I can say what kind of model I want to download. And for example, OpenAI recently released a new model that I think is called GPT-OSS 20B. And that one, you could theoretically download it. Yeah, I was actually wrong about the name, but it's something called like that. And like if you want to use that model by OpenAI that also runs on your computer, you can just download it via Ollama in the terminal, then click on add custom model name and add the exact name in there. Click on add, for example, I'm going to add my model, click on add, it's going to be added to the list. And now if you extend your choices for what AI to use for what feature, my model is actually going to be one of those choices. And like that, you could use any model you want. Also, you notice that your downloads are done when all of these like bars have filled. And as you can see, 5.4 is still installing as it is the biggest model. All right, so our installation has actually finished. So I'm just gonna close all of these terminals again. And now, considering that you have these 4 default models actually displayed in the installed models tab, you also have them installed, and you've added your license key, which if you check your key, actually says the license is valid. Then, for example, clicking AI alias will actually tell you that it's identifying key themes, and bam, you got your title in a few seconds. Or if you click AI rating, you will actually get a rating in a few seconds. It's agreeing. It says 8. I said 8, so it doesn't really matter. But for example, let's say I'm just going to duplicate the content to the next day. And if I click AI rating plus alias, you know, this is actually the usual flow. It's first going to do some background processing, again, to prepare this daily note for other AI processes. There we go. And then, yeah, it gave me a title, a bit generic maybe. We can always override it ourselves or just add, like improve the prompt to be more adjusted to our style. But the rating again, it sort of landed on 8. That is fitting. And now, if I go to the weekly note, for example, of course, it doesn't really make sense because I haven't filled out all the weekly entries, but I could now theoretically click generate summary, which then, even if you don't have all daily entries filled out, it will still examine all the daily notes you have filled out. And yeah, as you can see, the progress bar is actually a bit slower. So yeah, now we have our summary. And even though we basically had the same description twice, it still gave us like quite a decent and fitting output, at least for these 2 days. And theoretically, now scrolling down, we could also have our Wheel of Life automatically filled out in the weekly note by clicking Generate Wheel of Life Analysis. Again, it's going to do its magic. And now it's done. The Wheel of Life actually refreshed itself. And now it gives me reasoning why each category is like it is. But again, we haven't filled out the daily entries sufficiently to actually have this make sense. But this is just a demonstration. And also in every node layer, you're gonna have the Q&A section, which you sort of haven't talked about yet, which basically, whatever node you're in, it represents a time frame, right? So if you're in week 34, for example, it's gonna represent August 18th till August 24th. And if you're in August, it's gonna represent all the days that are in August. If you're in quarter 3, then you're actually gonna have the quarter 3, like the 3 months and everything that's in it. And if you're in the year 2025, then you're gonna have all 365 daily notes indirectly meant by it. And what this means, that whenever you enter a question in the Q&A that is, again, at the bottom of all of these node types, the question that you're going to write in here, and by the way, you can have like infinite question inspiration in like the dashboard file and then question ideas for Q&A. And to actually demonstrate this better, I'm going to switch to my personal instance of Time Garden. Again, if you wonder why it looks so freaking beautiful, I went into the general Obsidian settings under the tab Appearance, and I got myself the baseline theme, which you can get if you click Manage, and then in all community themes, for example, search for baseline. I can just highly recommend choosing a theme to make Time Garden even more pretty. And yeah, if I go to year 2024, which has a lot of daily entries backing it up, and yeah, now I pasted in the question and also told it to format the answer in Markdown. I'm gonna ask my year. So each Q&A, like from daily to yearly notes, they all have their own quirks. The daily Q&A is extremely quick, but it sort of doesn't really yield that much because, you know, asking questions about like what you wrote down for a day isn't really that insightful. But like for a week, it is sort of, it takes about 90 seconds. For a month, it will like take even longer. For quarterly, it's also in that range. And for yearly, the first time you run a Q&A, it's actually going to take about 5 minutes because in the background, it sort of does something with like all your notes that you've already written to sort of make it processable again for a single model. Like because again, you can't just put 365 daily entries into an AI that runs on your computer. Your computer would melt and the AI would spit out garbage. But again, Time Garden handles this for you. But because of that, the first time you run it, 5 minutes, and then it will take another 2 minutes to answer your question. But you know, whenever you ask a question again, just like how I did it right now, because it's actually done already, it will only take 1 to 2 minutes. And yeah, past your story, priorities, growth, and challenges. And yeah, now it just tells me something and also refers back to the weeks. And again, this is like extremely insightful. Like imagine an entire year of your past being condensed into a person that you can talk with. Like I found that extremely insightful to like sort of get high-level insights about myself. So this is like one of the biggest rewards for like journaling for an entire year in Time Garden, or like importing a year of your notes into Time Garden. The last thing I want to mention, by the way, is that in the settings, you're now going to notice that if you go there's actually now an option to become like an affiliate. So if you actually share Time Garden with your friends and they decide to upgrade to the more premium experience, you know, you will get $50 per upgrade guaranteed. And just in general, I mean, Time Garden, like the basic version of Time Garden, which is already an amazing Obsidian template, is absolutely free. So just if you shared with like 1 or 2 of your friends, it would mean like the world to me. Helping society be more conscious and like have more introspective insight always has been one of my missions. And if you help spread this piece of software that I worked on for a very long time, then I believe that make the world a better place. So I wish you all the best tending to your own Time Garden with AI. Have fun. See you around.